Jim, it's been a long wait, but we're finally back. How did you find lockdown number 2?
Yeah, difficult. I think like everyone else, I think when you kind of split the season, it's harder than at the start of the season. Everyone's kind of understands the situation. Obviously, public health is the most important thing. But when you're into the season, it's difficult when you break it again. And also, there was nowhere for the train. Obviously, in the summer, it was a wee bit easier. People could go out, do their own kind of fitness stuff. But in the winter, it's much more difficult. So yeah, I think it was harder this time around than it was the first time.
And going back to the start of January, when the announcement came that football was suspended, did you understand why that came out?
Yeah, of course. I mean, listen, everyone had their views on it, and it was a bit kind of strange that the lower divisions, had to be suspended as opposed to all football. I didn't quite get that one, but nevertheless, that was the decision made, and we just had to accept it.
And we are back now, albeit with caveats, including testing. Do you think that's important to kind of get being done at this level? The
medical opinion is that this is what we have to do, and therefore we'll do it. Again, from a personal point of view, I'm not quite, understanding it because we've got players who are obviously working. But listen, if that's what it takes to get us back playing football again, then I think all the players will just be happy to go on with it.
And with testing comes a quite serious financial impact for the club as well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I know there was some funding made available a while back to help with testing. So that definitely is important to have that, as I said before. But listen, if we can get back playing football, we're absolutely thrilled, delighted about it. And if the players have to get tested, then, as I said, they're more than happy to do that. And if it obviously helps keep people safe as well, that's the most important thing.
And it's looking like a Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday end to the season kind of on a weekly basis, which is going to be very difficult for everyone, never mind part-time players. Yeah,
well, before the lockdown, as you well know, there was very few games where we actually had a full complement of players. There was several games where we only had maybe one or two outfield substitutes. So it was difficult, and obviously we lost a few players as well. In the January break. With players with obviously Kevin Dabrowski back at Hibs, we had Don Morrison who was released. So therefore, we're a bit down in numbers as well. So Matthew Riley's still injured. So we have, we'll have to try and see if we can add to the squad, because it is going to be a test for all the players to play this condensed season.
And with Tuesday being one of the training nights, obviously the Loser session there as well, and then on the Thursday, I imagine testing will be carried out, so there's not going to be much time spent on the training field.
No, there's going to be very little time, and I think that'll be the same for every team. Obviously, of course, there's a couple of full-time teams who, have got a little bit more, of a benefit, being able to prepare for games. But I think really, the Thursday sessions now will just be recovery sessions, just trying to keep the players ticking over as best we can, and we have to utilise the full squad, and you keep your fingers crossed that you don't get any injuries.
And not just yourself, but the players as well and the fans. It's good to give someone everything to look forward to on a Saturday afternoon and a Tuesday night from now on.
Yeah, I think that players will love playing. Don't get me wrong. The players will be more than happy to play Saturday, Tuesday. I mean, it's something that all players want. As I said, particularly when you've had that break, you're really keen to get back playing again. And as I said, it will give opportunities for everybody in the squad, because we will have to use everyone. So I think that from the players' point of view, they'll just absolutely delighted. And from the supporters, again, having your football, and your team to support, I think everybody misses it. So to get back, they might well be, cramming everything in the next couple of months. But certainly, I think the Dumbarton fans will have a lot of games to look forward to now, and I think that's going to be really important for everybody.
On the squad themselves, you mentioned also we lost Kev, but we managed to retain Adam Frizzell. How important was that?
Yeah, I mean, Adam, as I said, and Daniel Church as well, we managed to continue to stay with us, and that's important. Yeah, which I said, even Adam's a terrific player, as you know. He's got great ability. He's a creative player, and that's something that we don't have a lot in abundance. It's something that we have to look at. We have to try and improve. We're playing the final third and be a little bit more effective in front of goal, and players like Adam can certainly add to that and give us a wee bit extra quality in that area.
And on Kevin, is it frustrating to see him back at Hibs and kind of not even making the bench, or do you understand that Hibs kind of have to look out for their best interest more than anything?
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's a Hibernian player and they're looking at long term. He came, he enjoyed his football, he was terrific for him, he was a big character. He'll be a real miss, just as his personality alone, as well as his ability. But Hibernian had problems with their goalkeeper at that time, and they had to look at their situation, and so they decided to bring Kevin back. So, you know, listen, I've got no problems with that whatsoever.
And what have you been doing over lockdown to kind of, on your radar, looking at who you need to add to your squad? There's not been much for you to watch or scout, so how have you kind of been doing it that way?
Yeah, we weren't allowed to go to any games, really, you know, I mean, that's the other thing, you know, not that there was, you know, obviously the lower divisions were, but even championship matches, unless you were there for a specific reason, then you couldn't go to games because of the limited numbers. So, you know, no, to be honest with you, all you're doing is you're talking to agents, you're talking to managers, you know, just contacts, just to see who might be available. There's been a lot of players recommended to us, but because we were never sure if and when we were going to get back, then we couldn't do it, because, you know, you couldn't sign players, then you're paying them, you know, for a period of time, which you might not get back playing again. So, yeah, it was, as I said, it was more awkward because everything was on the back burner, but you still had to be prepare, you know, just in case. So it was always a kind of waiting game. But you know, again, we'll see if we can add to the squad, because we'll definitely need more numbers, but we want to make sure we get the balance right as well.